YouTube. I have a working laptop, mostly. I'm adjusting my camera as I'm doing this. And no, I'm not going to edit because then I have to learn how to edit. And that's a learning thing. And I've lived this long in blissful ignorance. I'm going to keep going. Anyways, I am Taylor. Welcome back to my channel. This is my review of Something is Killing the Children, Book 2. Electric Boogaloo. That's not really the subtitle. But, yeah. Something is Killing the Children, Book 2. I reviewed Book 1 a while back. If I could figure out how to edit, which I might actually try and learn today, we will see. It'll be, I don't know, somewhere in one of the corners. No promises. If not, there's going to be a link in the description down below. Click that link. You can watch part 1 of the video. Our video 1, where I review the first volume. This is the sort of spoilery-filled review of volume 2. So don't watch this if you haven't read it. Don't watch. Go read things and come back and then watch and learn and read. And you can say, Taylor, your opinions are garbage. I've read the book and I have these opinions and my opinions are more valid than yours because this is the internet. Yeah, that made no sense. Anyways, yeah. Volume 2, kind of spoilery. Real spoilers, something is still killing the kids. There you go. That's this volume in a nutshell. And I'm not really even being sarcastic. Something is still killing the kids. And that's kind of all you get out of this. There's a little bit more. It's a transitional volume or kind of adding a few more puzzle pieces to the puzzle, but you still don't really 100% know what's going on. That's this. If you liked Volume 1, you're probably going to like Volume 2. If you didn't like Volume 1, don't watch this review because you're still not going to like it. It's sort of like, I read a Yelp review once. Someone was like, went to a hamburger joint and said, I don't like hamburgers. I ordered a hamburger and this hamburger was awful. That's this. If you didn't, it's not going to change your opinion if you read the first one. Tynion's still slowly building his world and still slowly building up the book and still killing kids. Werther Dell'Edera's art is still Werther Dell'Edera's art. I'm going to touch on that a little bit more in a second because that's where I have some issues. Not his art style so much, but we'll get into it. Miguel Werther's on the colors. His colors are still great. They're moody, they're dark, but still clear enough where you can tell what's going on. With hints of light and color where it needs to be, and, you know, get the sense of dread and sense of ominousness. I think the colors are one of the strong points of the book. The writing, I enjoy it. It's fine. I should be wearing my t-shirt. Well, I said it. You can buy my It's Fine t-shirt. Link below. It's fine. It's not fantastic. And some of that might just be like, this has been talked up so damn much that like I feel like I'm late to the party. And you know, so it's sometimes hard. Yeah, see? English. It's sometimes hard to come into a book like this and be objective when everyone else has talked it up so much, and when it's like the talk of the town, the toast of it, as it were. And then think, oh, well, this must be fantastic. Every part of this should be grand. And it's not grand. It's enjoyable. I know I said that, but that's kind of about how I feel about this. This volume doesn't do a whole lot to progress the plot forward. It really doesn't. Introduces a little bit more backstory of Erica Slaughter, and the House of Slaughter is introduced, and a few more characters are introduced to cause some shenanigans. And, you know, the town is starting to become aware there's an issue, and, like, you learn a little bit more about the monsters, but that's kind of it. It's in 5 issues. This is a 5-issue collection, and it feels like a little more should have happened in those 5 issues. You know, there's something still killing the kids. The tone is right. The pacing's just a little slow, I think. And that, I don't know if that's just me, but that's just kind of how I feel on this one. I think they could have gotten a little further with it, and this issue ends on a cliffhanger. The first one ended on a bit of a cliffhanger as well. That one made more sense. This cliffhanger is kind of like, it's a cliffhanger light. It's like I don't know, it's like a edge of a really short cliffhanger, and it is good. I'm gonna keep reading this. I'm not done with it by any means. My biggest issues are, well, the pacing, like I said, and then the panel layout that has to do with the art. I don't know if this is Tynion or fault or, well, Werther Dell'Edera's fault, but there's a lot of this going on where, like, the panels, instead of, like, having the page go up and down and reading that page, you have to go across and read and then back and read. And it's not always clear when you're supposed to do that, and sometimes the direction of, like, the panels is a little muddy because some things fall into the gutter, and, like, get lost here, and it might be a trade paperback issue. It might be a little more clear in the singles, but I think it's still probably an issue. Like, how are you supposed to read this? Does it read top down? Does it read this and then this? Does it read ziggy-zaggy? It's a little muddy, and like, it's not an isolated thing with pages. Like, it kind of happens all the time. Like, the gutter is supposed to be your clue, but it's not always a clear enough clue. And so you find yourself going back and reading the pages again to try and figure out exactly which order it's meant to be. And it gets a little frustrating because it happens so damn often. Like, really. I mean, I could just probably, like, flip to a random page and there's a... No? Okay. As I do that, it doesn't happen. So, but I mean, it does happen pretty frequently in these books where you're like, which order do I read this? And like... The images itself give you a bit of a clue, and you can figure it out. It's not like it's impossible or impenetrable, but it's enough to, like, drag you out of the story and, like, go into, like, the real world and be like, what's happening here? Why is this like this? And it, I know it's an artistic choice, and every artist has their thing, but also, if you put things out in the world, you have to be open to criticism. Some folks aren't. Not that they're ever going to watch my video. Like, I have 683 followers. I'm probably going to lose a few after this. So I'm not exactly rocking the world on this. But enough on this. This is my rambling. Welcome back to my channel video. I don't think there's a need for this. Like, I think the story... It's not like these panels are that fantastic or that full of information. They're pretty sparse, and they're pretty... Like, where there's art style is, it's kind of a sparse art style. And I like it. I like the sketchy nature of it all. But, like, I think you could have just as effectively told a story with somewhat more traditional panel layouts that read top to bottom on each page and then go from there. Like, it doesn't seem necessary to have this all the time. I think you can use it as a device once in a while and be effective, but I don't think it's like this one. I mean, this is just sloppy in my mind. Like, make this a little bigger, make this a little smaller, and then you have a traditional panel layout. There's no need for that image to go in the gutter. There's nothing there that's like that essential, nothing like that grand about it. I have a feeling that Dell'Edera is illustrating digitally, and I could be wrong, but like, it's just my gut's telling me, because like the way the gutters and stuff are lined up, I don't think he would be doing as much of this if it were traditionally illustrated. Like, this is just like that little bit of information doesn't need to be there. It's just there's nothing to this, and like the panels would be more effective broken up, and they'd be more effective in the traditional layout. And so I know I'm probably nitpicking, but that just got to me, and it got to me repeatedly throughout this volume. That said, I know it's going to be optioned and worth $1 billion and all that stuff, and I like the story. I think there's something to it. I don't think it's groundbreaking or even all that original, honestly, but I think Erica Slaughter's an intriguing character. I like her character quite a bit. She's kind of the smarmy, snarky, just wants to do right in the world, rules be damned, sometimes gets her in trouble. You know, that's interesting. And like the fact that she was raised as a child and like grew up with this trauma and now is trying to help others save lives and stuff just by in what in her head is the most effective means possible. Yeah, that's fine. And I like some of the other characters that are introduced. I like the Tommy, the sort of helper character, which and I like the David, who's another character that kind of got injured in the first trade and is still around. And even I like Aaron, who's another slaughterhouse. Oh, slaughterhouse! Yeah. Individual that comes to sort of help and sort of not. I don't know. I don't want to spoil everything. So the characterization I enjoy. The plot, for what it is fine. The art actually the actual art itself, the physical, the drawings, the characters, even the most of the transitions from panel to panel are great. I understand you need the dead panels for passage of time and stuff, and I think that there's a nice balance of like dialogue and panel, but man, some of the page layouts are just nuts and annoying. And yeah, and I think they're like it's just a little light on plot. So, all right, yeah, I feel like I'm out of shape. I had my laptop in the shop. I just kind of got it back. This is my second video since getting it back. First one you're all maybe watching. I'm hoping this gets at least a few videos or views. We'll see. If not, it is what it is. I'm not going to give this one. I'm going to hold on to this because I kind of want to revisit it when Volume 3... I know Volume 3 just came out. I'll review it at some point. But I want to hold on to this and revisit it because my opinion might change if I have the whole collective thing when the series is all said and done. I mean, I think this is a series that needs an ending. I don't know. I know that I think Tynion planned it as a mini at first and it just kept expanding, and that worries me a little bit. But I think, yeah, I want to hold on to this because I think I want to reread it all when it's all said and done. So that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't kill the kids, and try not to be a dick, or keep kids alive, and then I guess you're allowed to be a little bit of a dick. Whatever. All right. Thanks. Have a good one.